Hey everybody, I've told you about the steering wheel covers as well. I reckon they're awesome for 10 or 15 bucks. There's different brands you can get. It's just eBay specials. You know where they're made. One of those cheap things, you don't have any choice, but it just helps protect the steering wheel and it feels great. So I'll put the link up in the description if I remember. I'll do my best to remember, but I'm just going to give you, this is probably about what have I done? I did my 120, I did another 120, I did the Hilux, I've done the 150 so before. This is about my fifth one, and what I've learned on the 120, the steering wheel covers, they generally wrap around perfect size so it meets together. On the 150 they're a bit small, so you need a wider cover for it to go around, otherwise you've got all this extra stitching in between, and then you run short on the string or cotton or threading, whatever it is that they give you. And there's different ways to do that. Now I've just watching another video of mine while I do this, right? That one's on the rear door trim, the storage cage from Kaon, right? So I just thought I'd check it out while I'm doing this, keep myself entertained. But then I went, you know what? I better do another video and give you the tips and tricks, the things that I've learnt from doing this. So first thing is they're really tight to get on. No, it's not the wrong one. It's normal. You want it tight, otherwise it's just going to slip around. If it's not tight, I reckon something's wrong. So you either need an extra hand, or put it out in the sun if you can, warm it up. That might help, but then you'll need to be quick getting it on, and you can't necessarily be quick. So what I do, I find the seam, the join, and I put it at the bottom there of the steering wheel as close as I can, just that estimate, and then I zip tie, I pull it around and put the zip tie to hold it there. And then what I can do, I can pull up, and I can also use my knees like this here to hold it in position, because what it tends to want to do, you're trying to slide it over and it wants to slide back, but then while you've got your knees there, you can't stretch that section between there and there anymore, so you need to pull your knee off and pull it up, stretch it and lock it in with your knee, and then you can work your way around the top. I've just did it. It's probably one of the tightest but easiest ones I've ever done. So now that it's sitting in position, it's time to cut off the zip tie carefully without damaging that. Don't cut the string. And there's different ways to thread these things in. You can actually go through the holes that are already there. You can do all sorts of things, but the recommended way they want you to do it, I believe, is just going through the loop of the cotton that's already there, the threading. So just go from that side to this side, from that side to this side, and it actually comes up really good like that. It pulls in nice and tight. But what I'm going to do, there's two lots of string there. I'm not sure why, because they don't come with instructions. That's why I'm giving you my instructions best as I can for what I know. Obviously a double is going to be stronger than a single. Now depending how long your thread is, I've estimated that this string in a double, and I'm going to start at the bottom here, right? I'm going to start here because that's where I want my join. I'll sort of hide it around this seam somewhere. The least used, because around the sides you're probably more likely to handle it. You just work your way around these. Again, you just go back, forth as much as you can, and then you shoot across the back. Give your steering wheel a really good clean first. Have a look behind it, everybody's gunge and that from the last 16, 17 years, and it gets all icky there. You really need one of those yellow cloths that I use, and really wet and lots of soaking and rubbing, and really clean it back to new again before you cover up the garbage. I'm a bit of a clean freak, yeah, I like it clean. So start off down here. I believe there's enough, because it's not going to use much going back and forward, because it pulls these stitching into each other, so it's really just needs to be enough to go around the full circle. So they've supplied two. One of them's enough, I believe, as a double to go all the way around. So I'm going to run a double on this one. I don't know if I'm going to regret it or not. It's a real sad state of affairs when you get half an hour around and then you go, oh no, I'm going to run out of string and should have done it a different way, because guess what, you're not unstitching it. That would be a pain in the butt. So stay tuned. I'm just going to get this one done. I'm not going to put you through the pain and suffering of watching the tedious. It really tests your patience, but hopefully I'll start here. I'll go all the way around back to here and tie it off and tuck it in, and should be beautiful. And I'll put the link in the comments. We'll show you. Let's see. Wish me luck, and I'm going for it now. Okay, so I've been into it for what feels like about 20 minutes. I've had a couple of knots when you put it through the wrong way, and then you wrap it around the wheel, and then you go the wrong way. But anyway, you can see I started here. You can see it's looking good, looking great, isn't it? But I already know I probably should have gone a single line, not a double, because I reckon I'm going to run out, so there's going to end up being a join. But that's just my next level skill of trying to hide it. My biggest tip is, as you go, make sure you keep pulling it nice and tight, and it'll back off as you go to the next one. Just pull it all, and remember to keep pulling it tight. See the join by the stitching to the outside to the loops. The join pulls itself beautiful in the middle, and you got the double strings over the top. That's why I like the double, really. But Could be a mistake. We'll see. I'll continue. So looking really good from there around here. As you can see, beautiful. I can use steering wheel on it, 15 bucks. Anyway, where it's all going to go wrong is I haven't got much left. I should have stuck to the single 100%. Remember to keep this seam join about the middle on the inside of the wheel. So monitor that. Keep it pulled tight. I still like the double. I'll get a join happening here somewhere and I'll hide it in behind. It's just the next challenge, the next level. That's all right. So it was meant to be. Just wanted to show you what I'm doing. So basically over to the back under the stitch and then to the front under the stitch, pull it tight. Straight over to the back under the stitch at the front, pull it to the back. Under the stitch, pull it tight. So it's pretty well just flying along here. Beautiful, right? Like factory, except even better. Anyway, I've got to work out a way to join it and try and hide it along here somewhere because not much left now. Stick to a single and you're in business. Bit of an ideas man here. I've used the side cutters to cut the needle instead of cut the string. That way I can put the string through, just loop it, because this is really strong stuff. I'll just loop it over, right, and use the other string and you won't even see the join. How good's that? Okay, that's 1 hour, everybody. You won't even see the join. Like I said, the loop system worked. Just got to tie it off at the bottom here. Still not sure what the best way to do that is, but I'll tell you what, come up beautiful, feels great. Happy days. I'll sort that tie off, something under the threads here, and hide it away. And bada bing, bada boom, baby. Check the description for the link if I remember to put it in there. I'm not saying this is the best one to get. It's one of the better ones, though, I'd say. I've had maybe a better one or two. I've had worse, so 15 bucks I think it was. All right, this is my final most burst detail. So I sort of try to tie a bit of a knot there. I wanted it to stay flat though. And I'll just run the string underneath here. And I'm just going to cut it off there and push what's left into the crack between the leather. See that piece there? And there's nothing pulling on that, and it's just going to be beautiful. There it is, the new steering wheel for free. The light on because I want to show you. See, under, so basically mucked around a little bit there and then just run it along underneath everything and pushed it away into the crack there. It's never coming out, right? Beautiful. Job done. Catch you in the next video if you subscribe with the bell on. 4x4 Diesel and 4x4 Adventures. See ya.